Your immune system after 65 faces unique challenges that didn't exist when you were younger. Age-related changes in immune function, called immunosenescence, mean your body doesn't respond to threats quite the same way it once did. But here's the empowering truth. There are proven natural strategies that can significantly strengthen your immune defenses at any age. Today, we're exploring 5 powerful approaches to boost your immune system naturally after 65. These aren't complicated medical interventions or expensive supplements. They're evidence-based strategies that work with your body's natural processes to enhance immune function, increase resistance to illness, and support overall vitality. Each method we'll discuss has been validated by scientific research specifically in older adults, and many work together to create comprehensive immune support. Some might surprise you with their effectiveness, while others may confirm what you've suspected about the connection between lifestyle and health. Before we dive in, make sure to download our free PDF guide that covers everything we'll discuss today, plus additional immune supporting tips and checklists. And if you're looking for ongoing support and motivation from others who care about staying healthy, consider joining our senior health community, where we share strategies and encourage each other every step of the way. Let's start with the first natural immune booster: cold exposure therapy, including cold showers, cold plunging, and sauna contrast. Cold exposure therapy might sound intimidating, but it's one of the most powerful ways to naturally stimulate your immune system. When you expose your body to controlled cold stress, it triggers a cascade of beneficial responses that strengthen immune function, reduce inflammation, and increase resilience to illness. The science behind cold exposure and immunity is fascinating. When your body encounters cold, it activates the sympathetic nervous system and releases stress hormones. This acute stress response actually strengthens your immune system by increasing the production and activity of immune cells, particularly natural killer cells and lymphocytes that fight off infections and abnormal cells. Regular cold exposure also stimulates the production of brown fat, which burns calories to generate heat and has anti-inflammatory properties. It increases circulation, which helps immune cells move more efficiently throughout your body, and it can even boost the production of antioxidants that protect against cellular damage. Research published in the journal PLOS ONE found that people who took regular cold showers had 29% fewer sick days compared to those who took only warm showers. The study followed over 3,000 participants for several months and showed significant improvements in immune function with just 30 seconds of cold water exposure. Consider Walter's transformation through cold exposure. This 68-year-old retired plumber had been getting frequent colds and feeling run down for several years. He seemed to catch every bug that went around his community, and recovery took longer than it used to. His adult children were worried about his vulnerability to infections. Walter decided to try cold shower therapy after learning about its immune benefits. He started conservatively with just 15 seconds of cold water at the end of his regular warm shower. The initial shock was uncomfortable, but he gradually increased the duration to 60 seconds over several weeks. Walter also began visiting a local facility that offered contrast therapy, alternating between sauna heat and cold plunging. He would spend 15 minutes in a sauna, followed by 1 to 2 minutes in a cold plunge pool, repeating the cycle 2 to 3 times during each visit twice weekly. The results were remarkable. Within 3 months, Walter noticed he wasn't getting sick as frequently. When he did encounter a cold or minor illness, his recovery time was significantly shorter. His energy levels improved, and he felt more resilient overall. For cold shower implementation, start gradually with just 15 to 30 seconds of cold water at the end of your regular warm shower. Focus on deep, controlled breathing during the cold exposure to help manage the initial shock response. Gradually increase the duration as your tolerance builds. The water doesn't need to be ice cold. Even moderately cool water provides immune benefits. Aim for water temperature that feels uncomfortably cool but not painful. Many people find that 60 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit works well. If you have access to sauna and cold plunge facilities, contrast therapy can be particularly beneficial. Spend 10 to 15 minutes in a sauna or until you break a good sweat. Then immediately immerse in cold water for 1 to 2 minutes. Repeat this cycle 2 to 3 times, always ending with cold exposure. Important safety considerations. If you have heart conditions, high blood pressure, or other cardiovascular concerns, consult your healthcare provider before beginning cold exposure therapy. Start very gradually and listen to your body's response. Method number 2, regular moderate exercise tailored for seniors. Exercise is perhaps the most well-researched natural immune booster, but the type and intensity matter significantly for older adults. Moderate exercise enhances immune function, while excessive exercise can actually suppress immunity. Finding the right balance is key to maximizing immune benefits after 65. Regular moderate exercise increases the production and circulation of immune cells, improves lymphatic drainage that helps remove toxins, reduces chronic inflammation, and enhances the body's stress response systems. It also improves sleep quality and reduces stress hormones, both crucial for optimal immune function. The science shows that moderate exercise increases the number of circulating immune cells for hours after each session. Over time, regular exercise leads to improvements in immune surveillance, to your body's ability to detect and eliminate threats like viruses, bacteria, and abnormal cells. However, research also shows that prolonged intense exercise can temporarily suppress immune function, creating an open window for infections. This is why moderate, consistent exercise is more beneficial for immune health than sporadic, intense workouts, especially for older adults. Take Helen's exercise journey for immune health. This 72-year-old retired nurse had become increasingly sedentary after retirement and noticed she was getting sick more frequently than when she was working and more active. She felt tired often and seemed to catch every cold that circulated in her social circles. Helen began a structured but gentle exercise routine that included 30-minute walks, 5 days per week, 2 sessions of light strength training using resistance bands, and 1 weekly Tai Chi class. She was careful not to overdo it, listening to her body and resting when needed. Within 2 months, Helen noticed significant improvements. She had more energy throughout the day, felt stronger and more stable, and remarkably, she stopped getting the frequent minor illnesses that had been plaguing her. When she did encounter a virus, her symptoms were milder and recovery was faster. The optimal exercise prescription for immune health includes moderate aerobic activity for 150 minutes per week, which can be broken down into 30-minute sessions 5 days per week. This could be brisk walking, swimming, cycling, or dancing, any activity that elevates your heart rate moderately. Include strength training exercises twice per week to maintain muscle mass and bone density. This doesn't require heavy weights, resistance bands, light dumbbells, or even body weight exercises. Provide significant benefits. Low-impact activities like Tai Chi, yoga, or water aerobics combine gentle movement with stress reduction, providing dual benefits for immune function. Listen to your body and avoid exercising when you feel unwell. Rest is crucial for immune recovery, and exercising during illness can prolong recovery time. Consistency matters more than intensity. Regular moderate exercise provides cumulative immune benefits that build over time. Method number 3, utilize garlic and onions for natural antimicrobial support. Garlic and onions contain powerful sulfur compounds that have been used medicinally for thousands of years. Modern science has validated their immune-supporting properties, showing that regular consumption can enhance immune function, provide antimicrobial effects, and reduce the frequency and severity of respiratory infections. The active compounds in garlic, particularly allicin, have demonstrated broad-spectrum antimicrobial activity against bacteria, viruses, and fungi. Garlic also stimulates various immune cells, including macrophages, lymphocytes, and natural killer cells, while reducing inflammatory markers that can impair immune function. Onions contain quercetin, a powerful flavonoid with anti-inflammatory and antiviral properties. They also provide sulfur compounds similar to garlic, along with prebiotic fibers that support gut health, crucial since approximately 70% of your immune system is located in your digestive tract. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition found that people who consumed garlic regularly had fewer and less severe cold and flu symptoms compared to those who didn't. Another study showed that aged garlic extract could enhance immune cell function and reduce the severity of cold and flu symptoms in older adults. Consider Robert's experience with incorporating garlic and onions for immune support. This 67-year-old retired teacher had been dealing with frequent respiratory infections, particularly during fall and winter months. He seemed to catch everything that went around his community center, and each illness would linger for weeks. Robert began deliberately incorporating fresh garlic and onions into his daily meals. He started each day with a small amount of raw garlic mixed into honey, added sautéed onions to his breakfast eggs, and used both garlic and onions liberally in his lunch and dinner preparations. He also began taking aged garlic extract supplements during cold and flu season, following dosage recommendations from his healthcare provider. After implementing this routine for several months, Robert noticed a significant decrease in the frequency of respiratory infections. When he did get sick, the symptoms were milder and resolved more quickly than before. His overall energy and vitality improved as well. For maximum immune benefits, consume garlic and onions regularly rather than just when you feel a cold coming on. Fresh, raw preparations provide the most potent compounds, but cooked versions still offer significant benefits. To preserve garlic's beneficial compounds, crush or chop it and let it sit for 10 minutes before cooking. This allows enzyme reactions to form allicin and other beneficial sulfur compounds. If raw garlic is too intense, try roasting whole cloves until soft and sweet, or adding minced garlic to honey and consuming small amounts daily. Include a variety of onion family vegetables: yellow onions, red onions, shallots, leeks, and chives. All provide immune-supporting compounds. If you take blood-thinning medications, consult your healthcare provider before significantly increasing garlic consumption, as it can enhance anticoagulant effects. Method number 4, deep breathing exercises for stress reduction and immune support. Chronic stress is one of the most significant suppressors of immune function, particularly in older adults. Deep breathing exercises provide a simple but powerful way to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, reduce stress hormones, and directly support immune function. When you're chronically stressed, your body produces elevated levels of cortisol and other stress hormones that suppress immune cell function, reduce antibody production, and increase inflammation. Deep breathing exercises can quickly shift your nervous system out of stress mode and into a state that supports optimal immune function. Research shows that regular breathing practices can increase the activity of natural killer cells, improve antibody responses to vaccines, and reduce inflammatory markers associated with immune dysfunction. These effects can be measured within minutes of breathing practice and become stronger with regular use. The science behind this is remarkable. Controlled breathing directly stimulates the vagus nerve, which communicates between your brain and immune system. When you breathe slowly and deeply, you send signals that help regulate immune responses and reduce harmful inflammation. Take Dorothy's experience with breathing exercises for immune support. This 74-year-old widow had been dealing with chronic stress since her husband's death 2 years earlier. She noticed she was getting sick more frequently, felt anxious much of the time, and had trouble sleeping, all factors that were compromising her immune system. Dorothy began practicing a simple breathing technique for 10 minutes each morning and evening. She used the 4-7-8 method, inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 7 counts, and exhaling for 8 counts. She also practiced shorter breathing exercises whenever she felt stressed during the day. Within weeks, Dorothy noticed improvements in her sleep quality and stress levels. More importantly, for her immune health, she stopped getting the frequent minor illnesses that had been bothering her. Her overall sense of well-being improved significantly. The 4-7-8 breathing technique is simple but effective. Inhale quietly through your nose for 4 counts, hold your breath for 7 counts, then exhale completely through your mouth for 8 counts. Repeat this cycle 4 to 8 times. Box breathing is another excellent technique. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, hold empty for 4 counts. This creates a calming, meditative rhythm. Practice breathing exercises consistently rather than only when stressed. Regular practice strengthens the relaxation response and provides cumulative immune benefits. Start with shorter sessions and gradually increase duration as your comfort builds. Even 5 minutes of focused breathing provides measurable stress reduction and immune benefits. Lastly is method number 5. Emphasize social connection and community engagement. Loneliness and social isolation have measurable negative effects on immune function, particularly in older adults. Conversely, strong social connections and community engagement can significantly boost immune response, reduce inflammation, and increase resistance to illness. The science behind social connection and immunity is compelling. Lonely individuals show increased production of inflammatory markers and decreased activity of immune cells responsible for fighting viral infections. Social isolation also increases cortisol production, which suppresses immune function over time. Research from Carnegie Mellon University found that people with diverse social networks were less likely to develop colds when exposed to viruses, and when they did get sick, their symptoms were less severe. The study showed that social connection provides protection that's independent of other health behaviors. Social engagement also supports immune function through multiple pathways. It reduces stress hormones, encourages healthy behaviors, provides emotional support during illness, and gives people a sense of purpose and meaning that supports overall health. Consider Margaret's transformation through social connection. This 71-year-old retiree had become increasingly isolated after moving to a new city to be closer to family. She knew few people, spent most days alone, and noticed she was getting sick more frequently and feeling generally run down. Margaret decided to actively seek social connections by joining a local book club, volunteering at a food bank, and participating in a walking group at her community center. She also joined our senior health community online, where she connected with others who shared her interest in healthy aging. The impact on her health was remarkable. Not only did Margaret's mood and energy improve, but she also noticed she was getting sick less frequently. When she did encounter illness, she felt more motivated to take care of herself and recovered more quickly. If you're struggling to find social connections in your area, consider joining our senior health community, an online community where like-minded seniors support each other in maintaining health and wellness. It provides convenient access to meaningful discussions, expert guidance, and connections with others who share your commitment to healthy aging. Look for volunteer opportunities that align with your interests and values. Helping others provides social connection while giving you a sense of purpose that supports immune function. Join clubs, classes, or groups based on your hobbies or interests. Shared activities provide natural conversation starters and ongoing reasons to connect with others. Maintain regular contact with family and friends through phone calls, video chats, or in-person visits. Even brief but regular social contact provides immune benefits. Consider adopting a pet if your living situation allows. The companionship and responsibility of pet ownership can provide social and emotional benefits that support immune function. These 5 natural immune boosters work synergistically to create comprehensive support for your immune system. Cold exposure stimulates acute immune responses. Exercise provides consistent immune enhancement. Garlic and onions offer antimicrobial protection. Breathing exercises reduce immune-suppressing stress. And social connection provides the emotional and psychological foundation for optimal immune function. The key to success is implementing these strategies consistently rather than sporadically. Your immune system responds to regular positive inputs that support its natural functions. Start with one or two approaches that feel most appealing or achievable, then gradually add others as they become part of your routine. Remember that immune health is interconnected with all aspects of your well-being. When you support your immune system through these natural methods, you're also supporting your energy levels, mood, cognitive function, and overall quality of life. Many people notice improvements in how they feel within weeks of implementing these strategies, while the full immune benefits build over months of consistent practice. The investment in these simple but powerful practices pays dividends in reduced illness, faster recovery, and greater vitality throughout your later years. Don't forget to download our free PDF guide with all the details from today's video, plus additional immune supporting tips and implementation strategies. And if you want ongoing support and encouragement from others who share your commitment to healthy aging, join our senior health community where we celebrate every step toward better health together. Your immune system has protected you for decades. These natural strategies are powerful ways to give it the support it needs to continue keeping you healthy and vibrant